last night after my show, I watched the full mayoral debate. Russell, did you watch any?
I watched the 5 or 6 clips that have made it around Twitter.
Sure.
You know?
Listen, they got into the weeds a little bit more. And, you know, sometimes when it gets into housing stuff, you're like, yeah, I don't know enough to fully gather this.
Yeah.
But I will say it seems like Curtis just wants more cops. More cops. I don't know. When anyone, listen, as a dumb person or dumb in certain respects, I just go to the things where I go, well, that's not it. Yeah. Cops arresting fair evaders.
Yeah.
Not going to work.
Not going to
work.
I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It seems like it's more money to pay the cop than the person evading. So I'm you know what I mean?
And the consequence to the evasion is not. It's just not worth the crime.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so intense for such a small. So yeah, I lean towards free buses at the very least.
Yeah.
And we'll see. It's just like, I don't know, politics. It becomes like, you know, Zoran shows 2 places that this thing worked. And then you know, Sliwa says, well, that place is very different from New York. And it's like, okay, so we have some data. Do we just keep doing everything that we're doing now and just add more cops with guns? Is that the salt? We need more. That's what we're adding to the soup. Yeah. Or do we try the thing that seems kinder and in an ideal world would work?
Yeah.
And you know, these are where I'm basing a lot of my political views.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, a lot of times you don't know what will work, and I lean towards the kinder thing.
Yeah.
But all I know is that the one thing that is obvious to tell is the tactics that Cuomo is using to have people not vote for Zoran. And that's why I want to play this AI ad
I heard
that
about
they deleted very quickly. But this is an AI-generated ad. Paige, could we play it?
Zoran Mamdani's opponents want you to believe he's an inexperienced radical whose policies will make New York City more dangerous. But what do his actual supporters think?
Mamdani isn't crazy.
He's just trying to even the playing field.
You know, give everyone a fair shot. Sure, he said multiple times we need to defund the police, but that was just a metaphor.
And yes, he did say crime is a social construct. But that was also a metaphor.
His main backer, the Democratic Socialists' ideas are common sense, such as
decriminalizing misdemeanors, like shoplifting.
Oh my God.
3rd-degree assault.
Oh my God.
Trespassing. Prostitution.
And drunk driving.
With plans to decriminalize all drugs, Mamdani will be a job creator for drug dealers.
Instead of helping us homeless get off the streets and into the mental health facilities we need, he wants to give us safe injection sites to do crack and let us sleep in subway carts.
These are actual policies Mamdani and the DSA want to implement on day 1.
When a woman's being domestically abused, she finally won't have to deal with some pesky cop to arrest the abuser, but now a social worker to help, you know, kumbaya the situation.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Mamdani is finally lowering jail sentences.
Guilty!
But Mamdani says you're free to go. Woo-hoo! Who cares if legalizing prostitution statistically leads to an increase for sex trafficking of women and young girls by 70%?
You can't have safety without equality.
For unlawful abiding citizens like us, globalize the Intifada.
I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
Yep. I'm a criminal. For Zoran.
For Zoran Mamdani.
I didn't have a real job until I was 30, but sure, give me the keys to the city. What's the worst that can happen?
Paid for by Cuomo for NYC.
I actually was very moved when they let him out, when they let them all out. I was like, yeah, let them out. That drunk driving woman, that is such a funny specific thing that people who are drunks like everything else was like you could fit into a category of like, oh, and then you're like just a random drunk driving woman. That's
now,
crazy.
Before we get into this, we do a full disclosure. There's a little bit of bias. Russell did audition for The Wife Abuser.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But I think he did a better job than you could have. No offense. You felt it.
He did.
He had hit a woman before.
You could feel it. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So again, like it goes back to. It's like, again, I'm not. There's times I go, well, I don't know. I don't fucking know if the injection sites for a drug of someone who's addicted to drugs to do it safely. I don't know if that will backfire in ways I can't foresee. But the way that they pitch it is like, yeah, we're cool with all the drugs here, and it's like, no, to see the dumb version that Cuomo's trying to present, the fear-mongering is so obvious. I feel it's so obvious with Jewish stuff, of course, with the globalized Antifada stuff, where Zoran has to like bend over fucking backwards to be like, I want to help. I want to take down anti-Semitic crimes, or like, you know, the sex work thing, which is like, it's fucking nuts. To present it like that, to be like, yeah, it's just he wants to legalize all sex work. It's like, I don't know.
Also, is that still how pimps dress? Do they still dress that way? Do pimps still dress that way?
I mean, I don't. They will once Zoran's back in power. They've been a little more subtle about it recently. But you wait, those big fedoras, they're gonna spike in sales when Zoran's back. So yeah, there was a lot of things in there. Someone was breaking down. Well, first let's just talk about Zoran eating the rice. Yeah. I mean, dear Christ Almighty. Well, shut the fuck up.
All even like the guy stealing had to have a keffiyeh too. Like you're like they had multiple times where it was like the Palestinian flag, the thing. Like you're like, oh my god. Like also it bothered me that I know it's AI, but he's stealing from like a CVS that's definitely not in New York. It was so big. It was like a big suburban CVS that I was like, you know what I mean? You're like, that's not even my city. Like, what are you? You can't even get that right. Like,
the eating of the rice thing. You know what bothers me so much? I think so. My babysitter on my mom's side, we had a live-in nanny, and she and her daughter lived there, but they were Filipino, and we ate Filipino food my whole childhood. So we had so much rice, and I remember watching her. She fed my sister sometimes and would pick up the rice with her hands, and it's just like New Yorkers who grab the fucking greasy ass pizza with their hands and bend it and shove it in their mouth hole. To judge rice is just so upsetting. I love eating with my hands.
Yeah,
I love eating with my hands. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, listen, if you want to make an appeal on the strategies of how to make New York better, that's fine. But when you have to resort to that much fear-mongering and racism, then I just don't think you're not even, you don't feel secure enough in your positions to make the argument.
Yeah.
And you don't see Zoran making some AI ad where Cuomo's shoving a greasy pizza in his mouth so he can finger the intern.
Oh my
and it's
God.
Like, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't see him doing a bunch of Italian Cuomo slicking back his hair, going like, I'm gonna make him sleep with the fishes. That's his plan to cure homelessness in New York City. What other Italian stereotypes? I want to do more. You don't see Cuomo
eating a spaghetti.
It's a lot of food stereotypes with us. Eating spaghetti,
doing the Lady and the Tramp thing with a spaghetti and kissing. I don't know. What's his name? Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. It's a spaghetti and he eats it and then it goes to Christopher Columbus's asshole.
Yeah. What else is Italian? The Mob, Spaghetti.
Spaghetti, Sopranos.
Oh, like Close to the Family, Too Close. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
Too
him
Close
and
to
his
the Family.
brother slap assing.
Yeah, him and Chris Cuomo
Yeah.
just they kiss, and then like there's a moment like,
Yeah.
did you feel that too? And then they start making out.
Yeah. What else Italian? Harry.
Italian, yeah.
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 Yeah, he takes off his shirt. It's all hairy in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
The pepperoni, it's all greasy here, and he picks it out. Oh, if that's from yesterday. Bleh. So I think Zoran's got it. Unless somehow Trump makes a call to Curtis. And again, Curtis thing with Trump. Listen, I don't know if Zoran wins and Trump goes balls to the wall and sends a bunch of National Guard and it creates protests and riots and it starts the inevitable civil war in America. I don't know. Maybe that's it. But Curtis is like, no, you got to be nice to Trump. You gotta be okay. Like even Cuomo, when these ICE agents, I guess, were arresting some people here. Cuomo. It's funny because all these Republicans, they want Cuomo to win because they see Zoran as such a threat to these billionaires. And then Cuomo was like, ICE, get the fuck out of here. And all these Republicans, at least on Twitter, are just like, well, fuck you, Cuomo. It's like, yeah, at the end of the day, Cuomo still is a Democrat in some capacity.
I wonder I was wondering, because seeing that they had that ICE raid the other day here, I was like, oh, is that a play to like have an impact on the, like, you know what I mean? Like because we all assumed that if Zoran wins, then we're going to start like seeing like a lot more of that, but having it happen early, like, is that any rate related to the election of like getting people scared about, I don't know.
I don't know what Trump's like. I don't know what his plan is. Right now it seems to be that they send some National Guard or ICE to these cities. There's protests and whatnot, and then they use those protests as a justification to get the Supreme Court to give Trump full permission to go in there. I don't know what the long-term plan is. It doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem like I don't know, man. And then did you look at all this guy? Can you pull up his name, Paige? Graham Plattner in Maine. Have you seen any of this?
No.
So he's running to unseat Susan Collins, and he's like, a little more, at least as far as I can tell, a leftist in thinking. But he has this tattoo on his chest that he got when he was serving, and people are like, "Oh, that's the cover up he got." But the other one was a Nazi. It was like a skull and crossbones.
Oh,
it's called a. They said it's second to the good. Look how good his team is. All that comes up is the cover up that he did.
Yeah.
No, this is really insane.
Look up. Oh,
this?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So he had it on his chest, and he had it for a long time. Like, and he said he didn't know what it was originally, and then someone said at a bar he joked that he did know what it was, and all his Reddit posts show him as being like not a Nazi, but he's got this Nazi tattoo, and then he got it covered up with this other one with a wolf on it, and it's one of these things you go like, is he going to, so these moments where politicians have where you go, are they going to get on the other side of this thing?
Yeah.
And it's for those that are of our younger listeners, when Trump, the big thing with Trump was the tape where he said you could grab him by the pussy. When you're a star, they let you do whatever. You could grab him by the pussy. And it was that moment. We thought, it's over. And he got through these moments. So he basically got it covered up. And
is he? So he's a Democrat or is he a Republican?
He's a Democrat.
He's
a Democrat, but I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. People can change, but that's the thing with tattoos. I was saying, as someone who had a tattoo of my ex's name, you can say whatever you want. It's going to be tough to convince people you still don't have feelings.
Yeah. Tattoos scare me. I would never do any of them because I just aesthetically don't really like them. We've talked about this before. It's a turn off for me.
What about a Nazi tattoo though? Which can you pull up Nazi tattoos page?
Why?
I want to see if you had to get one.
I'm gonna get put on a list.
We're already
good
on a
list.
That's true.
A good list. Yeah.
Fine American.
I just think if he was a Nazi, he would have just run as a Republican. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good thing that I am curious to talk about, because I have a bit that I've been doing about the group chats. There's a thing where I think you should be able to talk shit in a group chat. And then all those Republicans right now, they got in trouble. Their group chats, they said some terrible things.
Yeah.
And I guess it's what should the ethics be for group chats? I think if you want to get into a position of political power, I don't know. The rules got to apply a little differently.
Yeah.
If you got coworkers, I understand having friends, and I do believe friends should be able to say some fucked up shit between each other. And I don't love the idea of group chats just leaking out willy-nilly. But if you're running, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah, I think the rules are different if you're in public office, and also that group chat is. They may be friends, but they're also they are all in doing public service. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it's weird. It's it's not like an unrelated, friend group.
Yeah, I just don't like the call. I just don't know how to believe in that while at the same time be as a culture, we should, if you have friends, I don't know. I just get nervous. I just think about what my phone is. My phone is an extension of my brain.
Yeah.
And certainly, do you think, Russell, would it be our group chat? Would it be the boys, you, me, Chris, Douglas? Which group chat would you be most scared to leak? You and Nicole? Me and
No, I mean
you and
maybe,
Paige on the side.
No, I think maybe you and me. It certainly can be the most specific and mean about certain things. It's not I'm not worried about racism or anything like that. It's because I've deleted all the horrible things you've sent in that way. But
all the AI generated videos I've made.
But it's certainly in the industry there would be some mean things said.
Yeah.
That
there'd be some guests that would say no for sure. Oh God. What else is going on? I feel
how do you feel about that ballroom? You excited about that ballroom?
It's really tough for me to care about the White House. Tear it all down. I mean, I'm not. I can't at this day and age where America is where that be no.
Yeah,
not the White House.
My only thing is it looks, when they show the models, it looks so big. They're here's that little White House, and then this giant ballroom. It looks so much bigger. I'm just having a hard time visualizing how it'll end up looking at the end.
It's going to be hideous, and Trump's going to put a big Trump, and then it just becomes this annoying thing where Trump's ruined the concept of a peaceful transfer of power. Now, if a Democrat wins, it's going to be well, what are you going to do with this space?
Yeah.
And they won't tear it down because it'll be well, that cost $50 million. So they'll say, okay, we'll change it to. That's why the only reason I would want Pete Buttigieg to win is he would change it because his husband is an improviser, change it to a UCB. The first Washington, D.C. improv theater or a Comedy Sports. Comedy Sports is like one of those chains with the Z, Comedy Sports. And I would really like that. Yeah. And maybe that's cool. Maybe it is nice for every president to add a little flair. Like if Clinton, if he had been in office, he could have used it to make like Epstein Island Jr., like a mini version of that. Yeah. Or I do think that could be like a nice, hey, you're president, instead of add a little flair, add a little touch of who you are, a little personality. Yeah. What's this room?
I would make a movie theater.
You would make I think they have one already.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they always talk about like the screening, the presidential screenings of the movie.
Oh.
What would I mean, I would obviously make it a comedy club.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Or just a place to...
Just a theater. Like a theater where you could do proper musicals.
Ooh, is that the White House Theater? Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
It looks pretty
Look
nice.
at that.
Pretty snazzy.
That's nice.
It's pretty nice.
You know Trump's not using it. Trump never sits still to watch a thing for 2.5 hours.
No.
I mean, that looks... I don't know if that looks nice. If I had a movie theater, I don't need my whole cabinet watching with me. I need
all those old butts,
two chairs that recline. Oh my God!
Old presidential butts just farting. Like think how many times Biden in that room just like things just slipped out of his butthole in those chairs. You know.
Just imagine you're watching Star Wars with a full cabinet, being like, no, we're not the Death Star.
Yeah.
You're sitting there with Henry Kissinger just hanging out. What a terrible group to watch a movie with.
You think anyone hooked up in there ever?
Oh, yeah. Clinton's in there getting some. Clinton's even doing the thing where like they don't even have like a popcorn stand, but he brought his own bucket so he could cut a hole in the bottom.
I've always thought about that. Is that imagining someone actually doing that is so crazy.
You're listening to The Downside.
The Downside.
With Gianmarco Soresi.